One thing though I know for certain. Always throw spilled salt over your left shoulder. Keep rosemary by your garden gate. Plant lavender for luck. And fall in love whenever you can.
We need to talk about these noodles, cilantro lime noodles. I am such a sucker for fusion flavors. We get Mexican with a little Asian twist. I make it 2 or 3 times a month. And yes, they are noodles. Many of you guys said that they look like bacon, and you're absolutely right. It surprises me the most how much I love these noodles because I used to hate cilantro. Who can relate? Many of you guys said that it tastes like soap to you. Is that true? Now I can't get enough of it. I'm sure it's because my mom never cooked with it. We weren't exposed to a lot of dishes with cilantro in it. It was only in my 20s that I moved to San Diego and realized, wow, cilantro is in everything. It honestly took me a lot of tries to truly appreciate it, and now I love it. Recipe link will be in the caption and in the comments. These take less than 20 minutes to make. You can find these noodles at your local Asian grocery store, or you can even use those squiggly noodles you find at Trader Joe's now. Add your favorite proteins or veggies. Trust me, these are incredible. Stay and bake brie with me. This is one of my favorite ways to enjoy this, especially as we're approaching the fall months. This is perfect for a cozy date night in, and if you don't have a date, that's okay. I made this on my own, and it was so good, I may or may not have eaten half the pan myself. Please don't judge me. Let's make it together. Let's score the brie. Be sure not to cut all the way through. We still want the bottom attached. Use any honey you have, but I like using local honey from a nearby farmer's market. It just tastes so good. I love hazelnuts, but use almonds, walnuts, any of your favorites. Add some oil to an oven-safe pan, medium heat, then place your brie score side down. We're gonna keep it sizzling for about a minute and a half, then we set it aside. Add in some more honey, then we're just combining it all together. Chopped nuts, rosemary, sprinkle of flaky sea salt, fresh blackberries, give it a quick stir, add back in your brie, then into the oven for 10 minutes. So easy and delicious. Recipe is in the caption. You got this. Who else loves cheese? I'm not talking about just light cheese. I'm talking about you could eat it every chance you get. Love cheese. That's me. I'm always on the lookout for cheeses I've never tried, and I found a few imported from France that I tried this week. This is goat brie. Look at this. Look at how creamy. I added my favorite fruits, nuts, baked it for about 10 minutes until it got nice and melted. Oh my gosh, I added a little bit of balsamic glaze, flaky salt, a must, and some fresh basil. That's it. Seriously. Another cheese I found was Emmental. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. They said it melts well, so I just made it into a fondue. Yep, look how buttery. Croissants, meats, fruits. Seriously, I just went to town. It was mwah. Very rarely does a sandwich make me stop, but I saw this on my feed and I knew I had to try make it. I don't eat sandwiches often. It's just not really part of my rotation. I don't sit there and crave one. Even as I was making this, I was like, dang, there's a lot of components to this, but I really wanted to recreate it as the original. Used mortadella, creamy burrata, seasoned it with salt and pepper, and a simple arugula salad. And can I just say, where have I been living? What have I been doing with my life? Starbucks' lemon loaf. You guys know what the secret is to making these? I actually only just learned this recently. So the recipe calls for the zest of 2 large lemons. My lemons were small, so I used 6. Okay, I lied, I used 7. But here's the trick. Rub the zest and sugar together. It basically acts as an exfoliant and just brings out all the flavor. Trust me. Start adding all your wet ingredients, eggs, lemon juice, extract, oil, yogurt, then the dry. Add it in 2 batches. It's much easier to mix, but let's talk about the mixing. Only mix until you see no more dry flour left, then stop. If you keep mixing, you're just gonna get a tough, rubbery lemon loaf, and we're not here for that, right? For those of you who want that nice, clean middle line, just run a knife through it before baking. Mine didn't come out nice or clean because I took forever filming this, but it's okay. It's still beautiful. Just put the icing, spread it out. Oh, and I wanted to share with you guys this part because I thought it looked so cool. And I used this little zoom in feature for the first time, so I felt all fancy editing this. Well, anyway, Yes. Go make this.
Time I try to eat healthy, along comes Thanksgiving, Christmas, summer, Tuesday, Friday, and then ruins it for me.
What about friends of your grandmother's? Wouldn't they have the recipe?
Well, you know, I may have relatives in France who would know. My grandmother said she got the recipe from her grandmother, Nestlé Toulouse.
What was her name?
Nestlé Toulouse.
Nestle Toll House?
You Americans always butcher the French language.
Phoebe, is this the recipe?
If your family loves Korean food and you've never made these Korean braised potatoes, I highly suggest them. They're so good. Growing up, my mom made a lot of Korean food, but she never made these because she never cooked potatoes. Such an easy recipe too. You take shoyu, mirin, sugar. You can also use honey, minced garlic. Add your potatoes with a little bit of oil, stir fry them for about 5 minutes. Add your sauce, water, and a little bit of sesame oil. That's it until they're nice fork tender. Top it with some sesame seeds and there you go. So, don't make this Chex Mix. Don't make this furikake Chex Mix. It's addicting. Seriously, I've made it 3 times already. I used honeycomb, Chex Mix. I think this was Crispix, Bugles, pretzels, and Fritos. Just fill up a large pan. Melt some butter, oil, corn syrup, sugar, and shoyu. Not soy sauce, shoyu. I think that's the clutch ingredient. Oh, and don't mind us people from Hawaii. We say shoyu instead of soy sauce. Give it a quick mix. We're going to add the furikake seasoning too. It's this Japanese seaweed seasoning. Trust me, it's so good on everything. Put it in the oven an hour, turning every 15 minutes, and you're done. See? It's so addicting. Seriously.
Something that you can eat every single day and not get tired of. And I'm not talking about something that you eat sometimes that you just love. Like, I'm talking about something that you're disgustingly obsessed with and that you could actually eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and never get sick of and never want anything else to eat except for this exact item. I want to see videos of you eating this food. I want to see pictures of this food. I want to see your camera rolls consumed with this food. I want to see videos and proof that you eat this food every single second of every single day and that you're actually obsessed with it. This is mine.
Listen, Dutch crunch bread. If you bake, you can make this at home. Combine rice flour, yeast, sugar, any oil. I use sesame for the extra flavor, and warm water. Mix and cover for a few minutes. Give it a stir. It should be like a spreadable paste, not too thin, not too thick. Now spread this all over your favorite homemade bread recipe. Any yeast bread that rises, bake it in the oven, and look what happens. This paste has no gluten, so it can't expand with your bread. So it actually cracks and creates this crunchy texture on top while keeping your bread nice and soft. Do it. Bulgogi or spicy pork bulgogi. Make this pork version at home. Eat it with your rice or fresh lettuce wraps and jalapenos. Seriously, you won't regret it. Start with gochujang, brown sugar, garlic, ginger, gochugaru, black pepper, sesame oil, mirin, and of course, aloha shoyu. Give it a good stir until it looks something like this. You can use pork belly or pork shoulder. I didn't have a place that could slice it thinly, so I tried my best at home. Add some sliced white onions. The best thing about this marinade is that you don't have to refrigerate it overnight. Add some oil to a pan. About 8 to 10 minutes and you're done. Finish it off with some sesame seeds, some green onions. The classic beef bulgogi is amazing, but the spicy pork version, I don't know, just hits different. Seriously, do it.